Tonight, the ceasefire in the Middle East. The hostages just released after 15 months. Celebrations in Israel and also in Gaza as the fighting finally pauses. In the region, the powerful images. Israeli hostages now free, reuniting with their families. The moment they left Hamas custody, hugs and tears in Tel Aviv, and celebrations in Gaza now that the fighting has paused. But for how long? The 24-hour roller coaster ride for TikTok shut down overnight, now back up and running. Why the company's thanking Donald Trump. We saw it in Philly at the game, the dangerous snowstorm pounding the Northeast. And now, millions bracing for a brutal deep freeze that in some spots could feel like 55 below. You heard that right. A one-on-one with Shannon Sharpe, how the NFL Hall of Famer has found a successful second act after football, with others picking up that same playbook.
I look at myself as the male version of Barbara Walters or an Oprah Winfrey.
This is NBC Nightly News with Hallie Jackson.
Good evening. We begin tonight with those consequential moments in the Middle East, the first steps in a long and complicated process that could bring peace to a region reeling from brutal war. You are seeing some of the dramatic images here just into us. 3 Israeli hostages now free and returned to their mother's arms after 470 days in captivity. An emotional release for them. And in Gaza, where there are celebrations as dozens of Palestinian prisoners were freed, women and children. These scenes marking the beginning of this new ceasefire deal and the end, for now, to the fighting that has killed tens of thousands of people and triggered a massive humanitarian crisis in Gaza. It is not clear how long this tentative truce will hold, but what you're seeing here is a critical step. Raf Sanchez is live outside the hospital where those now former hostages are being treated. But we begin with our Richard Engel in Jerusalem.
Hamas fighters were out in force for the hostage release in Gaza City. There were hundreds of militants on the streets. For Hamas, this was also a show of strength. Then the Red Cross, the designated intermediary, arrived, their convoy approaching slowly. Thousands of Gazans came out to watch. The Red Cross and Hamas vehicles parked right across from each other, just yards apart. So the exchange would be quick. No parading of the hostages out in the open. Hamas released its own video of the handover. The women were transferred to the Red Cross vehicles. Then they were driven into Israel and received by security forces, free and safe at last. And after 15 months, their mothers and other family members were on hand to embrace them. Roni Gonin, kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival, where 364 people were killed. Daron Steinbrecher, a veterinary nurse, kidnapped from Kfar Aza, a kibbutz near Gaza. And Emily Damari, British-Israeli, kidnapped from the same kibbutz. In Tel Aviv, thousands came to what's become known as Hostage Square to watch it all unfold live on a big screen.
And word has just come that they are now safely inside Israel. Romy, Daron, and Emily, everyone here knows them by their first name. Many people consider them almost like members of their own families.
There were tears and celebrations. But no one said it's over as long as dozens of hostages remain captive in Gaza.
We want all of them to come back. We want all of them to be here, and just like it's our mission.
In Gaza, for the first time in 15 months, Israeli strikes have stopped. As part of the deal, aid trucks flowed in. So much is needed. Gaza is in ruins.
Richard Engel is joining us now from Jerusalem. And Richard, at least 2 American citizens are expected to be among those released at some point. What's the timeline on that?
Well, under the deal, Hamas is to release at least 3 hostages per week, starting with women and children. So it could be a few more weeks. Hallie.
Richard Engel, thank you. Raf Sanchez is outside Tel Aviv's Sheba Medical Center, where the hostages were taken after their release. Raf, talk to us about what's happening now inside where you are.
Well, Hallie, early indications are these women are in reasonably good shape, given the just unimaginable trauma they've lived through. All three able to walk unaided. Doctors saying they are healthy enough to be reunited with their families. But we are learning that Emily Damari lost 2 fingers during the October 7th attack. And everyone here is clear. This is just day one of what is going to be a long road to recovery, both physically and mentally. One doctor telling us Hamas dehumanized these women, and the goal is to give them their humanity back. Hallie.
Raf Sanchez, thank you. Here at home, that 24-hour roller coaster ride for TikTok back up and running tonight after going dark in the U.S. around midnight. And now the company's stepping into the political arena, publicly praising President-elect Trump for helping. Savannah Sellers has the latest.
Tonight, TikTok back online in the U.S.
We're back! We're back!
After going dark for less than 24 hours.
It's been a long 12 hours. Oh my God.
Over the last few days, uncertainty over the future of TikTok after the Biden administration said they wouldn't implement the ban, but TikTok claimed their service providers needed more assurances in writing. The White House calling going dark a stunt. Restoration came shortly after President-elect Trump posted on Truth Social, "I'm asking companies not to let TikTok stay dark," saying Americans deserve to see our exciting inauguration. Also writing he would issue an executive order giving TikTok more time before any penalty would be enforced.
And as of today, TikTok is back.
A 90-day period could be used to facilitate some type of sale, with Mr. Trump writing he'd like to see a joint venture with 50% American ownership. The law stipulated the app had to be sold away from its parent company ByteDance because its ties to China and the national security concerns that the Chinese government could take American data or manipulate content. The app has said that's not true. TikTok today welcoming users back with a message crediting President Trump and saying in a statement the Trump team provided the necessary clarity and assurance for service providers. Also writing they're working with Mr. Trump on a long-term solution.
We are so back, and the vibes are absolutely immaculate.
Meanwhile, some users tonight celebrating the return of a social media giant.
Savannah Sellers is with us now. And Savannah, to be clear, to the degree that this is a solution, it is only a short-term one.
Hallie, that's right. There are still open questions about what a long-term solution would be. So the law allows for the president to decide what counts as a qualified divestiture. So if any American company or individual buys 50%, that could be enough. We'll see if that gets done within 90 days. Hallie?
Lots of folks watching that. Savannah, thank you. That's snow and cold hitting Philly. It's now about to grip most of the country with temperatures that could feel as low as 55 degrees below zero. Aaron McLaughlin is in New York City, where it is already snowing. Aaron, good evening.
Hey there, Hallie. Well, the snow's really been coming down here in Central Park with 3 to 6 inches of snow in the forecast for New York City, which is enough to trigger the city's snowplow plan. In fact, we just saw one go by not long ago. Other major cities impacted by the snow include Washington, D.C., Boston, as well as Philadelphia. Here in New York, the snow is expected to subside by midnight tonight, but the cold, well, that is very much sticking around with 135 million Americans under cold alerts over the next few days. Here in the Northeast tomorrow, wind chills are expected to be in the single digits. And then Tuesday, Wednesday morning, wind chills expected to dip below zero, which medical experts say is dangerous. Just 20 minutes in those conditions could cause hypothermia. So if you are going outside, make sure you bundle up and make sure you stay safe. Hallie?
That's for sure. Aaron, thank you. Up next, we are live at President-elect Trump's victory rally. We are now just hours from tomorrow's inauguration, and Donald Trump set to take office for the second time. But today, one last rally before that swearing in. Garrett Hake is there.
We won.
Tonight, Donald Trump returning to Washington as president-elect, holding a victory rally in downtown D.C.
Tomorrow at noon, the curtain closes on 4 long years of American decline, and we begin a brand new day of American strength and prosperity, dignity and pride.
Trump vowing to take dramatic action on signature issues within hours of returning to the Oval Office.
We have to set our country on the proper course. By the time the sun sets tomorrow evening, the invasion of our borders will have come to a halt.
The rally capping 24 hours of pomp and ceremony after Trump touched down last night. Attending a fireworks show at his Virginia golf course, meeting with Republican leadership, and laying a wreath at Arlington National Cemetery. Tomorrow's swearing in set to take place inside the Capitol Rotunda. The theme, strength, unity, and fairness. The decision to move the ceremony indoors made by the president-elect Friday, with wind chill temperatures predicted to plunge into the single digits.
It is going to be very, very cold. President Trump made this call in the best interest of his supporters, and it's strictly due to weather.
But even before the day's celebrations end, the new Trump administration's transformation of government will begin, with what the president-elect told NBC's Kristen Welker would be a record-setting number of executive orders, focused on energy production and addressing illegal immigration. According to a document reviewed by NBC News and a person familiar with the planning, immigration raids are planned in the Chicago area for later this week. That plan is now under review.
Chicago's not off the table, but we're reconsidering when and how we do it.
Tonight, a Trump transition official says Mr. Trump will sign more than 50 executive orders tomorrow, including some right here in this room as part of the program on their revamped inaugural parade. Hallie?
Garrett Haake, thank you. We're talking with Hall of Famer Shannon Sharpe about finding new fame, moving from the pros to the podcasts. There's good news tonight about NFL stars finding new fame, some long after they've left the field. Our Jesse Kirsch spent the day with Super Bowl champ Shannon Sharpe with more on his second act, from the pros to the podcasts.
Good afternoon, Mr. Sharpe. Good, how about yourself? Good.
Whether he's in Atlanta or pretty much anywhere else in the country.
Seriously, I need a photo.
Former NFL star Shannon Sharpe says this
Oh my God.
is no surprise.
Is there any city that doesn't happen in?
No.
That's because the Hall of Famer's fan base is exploding more than 2 decades after his 3 Super Bowl wins.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Club Shay Shay. I am your host, Shannon Sharpe.
His Club Shay Shay podcast getting an average 50 million views a month on YouTube alone.
It is an extreme honor, privilege, and a pleasure to have you on Club Shay Shay.
With guests.
This is your final year in WWE.
This is it, 2025. This is it, man.
And riffs.
They offered you 5. Can you go to 10? Why you taking 30? Damn.
Going way beyond the gridiron.
If you're sitting in that chair, I think you got a great story to tell.
Sharpe taking us behind the scenes at Chops, a steakhouse in Atlanta.
Do you think people are seeing a different Shannon Sharpe now, or are they just seeing more of the same guy they were seeing all?
They were seeing more of the guy. Now you're seeing the full arsenal of Shannon Sharpe. I look at myself as, say, the male version of Barbara Walters or an Oprah Winfrey. Phil Donahue.
What's up, Shay? I love that intro, man.
The Denver Broncos and Baltimore Ravens legend, one of several athletes turning to a podcast playbook.
Welcome back to New Heights, ladies and gentlemen.
From the Kelsey brothers.
Welcome to the pod, CD.
To Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons, pro athletes cashing in on their personalities, finding new fame and fortune off the field. We wanted to channel the same atmosphere with Sharpe answering questions.
I'm just missing one thing, right?
Okay.
We're good to go now, right?
Okay,
yeah?
yes.
I don't know. Just a gimmick.
It worked. It definitely worked.
Sharpe building on his second act, remembering this advice from his grandfather.
Doing something over and over doesn't mean you're working hard. That's a habit. He says you make sure you put the time in to do it right, because you're not going to want to do it over.
An idea echoing from the end zone to the airwaves and beyond. Jesse Kirsch, NBC News, Atlanta.
I don't know if
That's nightly news for this Sunday. Lester will be back tomorrow. I'm Hallie Jackson. For all of us here at NBC, thanks for watching and have a great week.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.